Hi everyone, Julien Redmond from Ignition. I'm here today with Nols Ebersohn talking about the changes to the new Data Vault 2.1 certification. Hey Nols.
Hey, Julian, how are you?
Good. So we're
Excellent.
going to cover three topics today. So what's new in the 2.1 structure? How's the course operate? Then we're going to talk quickly about what some of the new content is and what it means for previous students. So
Excellent.
first point. What's changed with the new course? How's it differ?
So the new course is a brand new interface. It's fantastic. It now includes a number of quizzes. Every section has its own quiz. That's all cumulative. It gives you unlimited amount of quiz questions. It guides you through that process. Lots and lots more content that's within that format. And then, of course, there is also practice exams, which have been requested by our students for a long time. So from a structural perspective, it's a much more guided process, much more sequential, and it also then provides a lot of feedback on understanding the concepts. So the structure has improved dramatically.
Yeah, and it's a lot bigger course now too, right? So you've got kind of the first week is online, the second week is instructor led.
Correct. So there's a lot more content, and we'll talk about the second question and what's new in it that necessitates so much more focused time in it. That's a great topic, but yes, it is considerably more focused on a substantial part that Diane is doing himself as far as the videos are concerned, getting those key concepts all baked in and well understood. And then it gives you great opportunity with more time in the hands-on components to actually expand on your understanding, the elements within it, and a lot more interaction with your instructor on the specific questions you may have, as opposed to drinking from the fire hose, which was the previous version of the class.
Yeah, so much bigger course. You need to probably set aside 2 weeks to really get this done because you've got that online section, and then you've got the instructor led. So if you're thinking about coming along for the course, it's certainly a lot bigger scale than it used to be.
And it's not optional to take the online bit because you don't have access to the subsequent quizzes if you haven't gone through the online bit. So a bit more rigor required, but that's a good thing because it means that you are actually engaging with it so that when you get your instructor-led portion of the class, you have much more specific focused question time to address any issues you may have.
All right, perfect. And you segued to it before, the content. So, I mean, obviously people want to know what's new in the course. So how's the content changed?
So the content has a much deeper dive into how to get the data out of your data vault, how to get the data to integrate properly. So the concepts of business key collision code, the business rule content has been expanded to now include 3 classifications of business rules instead of 2, brand new to the program. There's a very specific focus on the consumption part and the best practices for consuming the data out of your data vault, and so how to get the best out of that as much as well. There's a lot of methodology updates as well, particularly around the leveraging of taxonomies and ontologies. We now have a workshop for all of those elements. We are in depth looking at security. We're looking at regulatory compliance and governance, and much more in depth than what was previously in any of the class presentations before. So there is clarification around data mesh, data fabric, medallion architectures, the fit within all of that across the architecture. So a lot more depth than what has been in the past.
So it makes sense why it's a lot longer course now, but you get a lot more value out of it. So that's really good. So that leads on to the final question then is, if you've previously done the Data Vault 2.0 certification, do you need to hurry back and get recertified?
If you've been to the class in the last 12 or so months, probably you can hang out a little bit. A number of the topics that has been covered by Data Vault 2.1, we did get mentioned in the classes, at least in the Australia-New Zealand context, for the utility of it. Was way too cool not to mention it off the side. No one was tested on it, but now it's formally part of the the structure of the class and the like. So if you attended in the last year or so, not a big rush to come back yet. But if you've been about 4 or 5 years in, then well worth the revisit.
Okay, great. So the website's been updated. The full course content and structure is laid out on the website, so you can have a look at that and all of the new dates. So we'd encourage you, if you're new to Data Vault or if you did your certification, 4 or 5 years ago, then jump online, have a look at the dates, and we'll see you in a course soon.
Absolutely, looking forward to it.